Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to open a box from Iron Warrior, the Warbell. This is the box from Iron Warrior. Iron Warrior is a company based in South Dakota. They are an American foundry employing American workers and doing American ironwork. All things I love. They are the foundry that makes the competition kettlebell from kettlebell.com. The best kettlebell I have ever seen in the world, shape-wise and weight distribution-wise. The handles are amazing, and the overall repeatability between the bells is absolutely fantastic. They are the best kettlebells I've ever seen made. They are a little bit more pricey than some other bells, but think of them like a Ferrari as opposed to a BMW. Inside the box is the Iron Warrior, and nothing fancy with the packaging, just a big piece of iron put into heavy plastic. Simple packaging, love it. Made in the USA, in the Dakotas, Dakota Foundry, dakotafoundry.com. This is 55 pounds, 25 kilograms. This thing is already very heavy. First thing I always check when I take anything like this out of the box is the interior corner of the handles. On a kettlebell, that is where your hand gets beat up. These are more traction-y than the Pro kettlebells from kettlebell.com. More traction-y, but that seems fine. I don't think because of the shape of this that you will be using it in the same way. The shape of an object determines how it is used. A kettlebell is used differently than a club. A club is used slightly differently than a mace. They are both used differently than a Bulgarian bag or a hydrocore. A round sandbag is used slightly differently than a long sandbag, and they're all used differently from barbells. The first thing that you notice when you look at this is that there are a bunch of different handle angles on this. So you could use it in an over grip like a barbell. You could use it in a neutral grip where your thumb points towards the sky. You could do an over-under grip like in mace. It looks like the shape of this is going to lend itself to a bunch of weird grips and a bunch of weird angles that you would not be able to do with a kettlebell or a club or a mace or a hydrocore. This looks like it might be its own new monster that we're gonna have to figure out how to use. Because of this neutral grip, thumb up, that you're able to do on these vertical handles on the side, it does look like you're going to be able to do a super heavy, crazy version of med ball rotation exercises where you would pick it up and deadlift it from one side low to one side high. It would be like a reverse wood chopper, I think, if you want to think about that in terms of standard gym training like National Academy of Sports Medicine. It's got a big flat base on it, which means that you're going to be able to set it down on the ground and push off of it. It might act as a set of very weird parallettes because of that neutral grip in the center if you had more than one of them. Overall, the fit and finish is incredibly good, just like it is on the Pro kettlebells that are made in the same foundry. The handles feel good. They have more traction on them than other things, but because you're going to be able to do a barbell grip and an over-under grip and neutral grips and then angled grips, there's going to be all kinds of interesting things that this thing is going to be used for. One of the things that I see about it instantly that I would like to explore is this neutral grip, holding it in front of you for running. This one's probably way too heavy for that unless you are insanely strong, but I think something in a much lighter weight than that would be awesome to integrate into a running program. Because the weight is perfectly controlled and you can't possibly hurt it, I think that some light versions of this would be excellent to integrate into strengthening running programs. We don't really know what we're going to do with this piece of equipment yet we're going to go out and start to learn how to use it the same way you would learn to use a barbell or a kettlebell or a club or a mace. We're going to focus on our 6 most fundamental movements. We'll start with a deadlift. We'll see if we can build into some type of a swing, what type of swing we can do, what angles it works at. Then we're going to work on cleans. We're going to figure out if you can do single hand cleans, 2-hand cleans. We don't know. There will be some type of neutral grip press, neutral being thumb towards the sky or thumb towards your body because of that wide grip. It seems to be about the width of our shoulders. I'm sure you'll be able to do some type of snatch with it. And I think that it will probably work really well for rotation deadlifts or rotation cleans, but it will be different angles than what you can do with clubs. It'll probably be very different from what you can do with kettlebells. Because of the width of the equipment, I think it's going to change the angles on the rotation of your back a lot. It's going to be an interesting experiment. This is how you learn. You get a new piece of equipment, you stick to the fundamentals, and then you start mapping outwards based on angles. Front to back, left to right, surging forward and back, moving up and down, stepping patterns, and we'll see how all of it works out. Thanks to Iron Warrior at the Dakota Foundry for sending me this piece of equipment. We're going to explore and we'll report back.